Welcome to Winnebago County in Illinois along the Sugar River. Now, the Sugar River starts up in Wisconsin, north of Brodhead, and works its way down through here. And I am along the Sugar River Canoe and Kayak Trail. It's like 5 miles worth or more. No, almost like 20 miles worth of canoe and kayak trail. Looks very interesting here. Let me spin you around and get a glance at that. All right, here's the full trail here. Now, we've got ourselves, if you want, QR code there. You can scan your screen and get more information on that. Now, that's not why I'm here today at the Colored Sands Preserve. I am actually here to do 3 campground tours in northern Illinois within the Winnebago County Forest Preserve system. And the first one is going to be just upstream on the Sugar River. So let's go check that out. All right, I am about 3 miles down the road from the other preserve on the river there. You can probably hear in the background in the main campground right now, they are mowing. So I'm going to give that a few minutes. But in the meantime, we're going to check out the walk-in camping. So all of these, I assume, are tent sites, and you have to walk in. So let's go see what these are like while they're making all the noise over in the main campground. One of the important differences between the walk-ins and the main campground is, well, first, we do have our pair of pit toilets over here. There is a Baker water pump over here on the walk-in, and these are non-reservable down here in the walk-in sites. The other section is all reservable, and I think there was even a note on the website that there's some weekends that are, or some dates that are already fully booked. So you may want to grab those. But those are not on the river. Down here in the walk-in sites, we're right along the water. And it looks like it's beautifully maintained. This looks like it's already been mowed, so I shouldn't have to worry about the mowers coming down here. Right now we're looking at site 10, which is the most convenient walking in. Right down here. Now, I didn't see any carts to get you in here, so this is the kind of place you're going to want to have a wagon or something to bring your stuff in, especially if you're going to be bringing food and your cooler and stuff. This is site 11, kind of nondescript. Another site just past it, so everybody gets their fire ring, picnic table, and a garbage can. So go ahead and bring yourself a nice big garbage bag to put in there. Our next one over here is 12. And along here on the river, just past 12, spin around, and there is a hiking trail heading off out there. But you are spoiled here for choices of where to set your tent on beautiful grassy surfaces. Along the river, you can be right on the river if you want, or you can set yourself back a little bit. All right, when we first came down, we went straight to 10. Now I'm going off to the left. Check out the rest of the sites. I'm not going to go that way directly because you got to wade through on these. Hopefully I can get to them around the other way. And there are crisscrossing trails, but first I can hit the river, the ones along the water here, and then I'll hit the ones further in. So site 1 is the first one here. Endless room to put in you know, yard games and things over here. Plenty of room for that. Okay, so that was 1. You can come across over here. 2, nicely tucked in, little isolated space here away from the main grassy area there. Small connector over here for 3, which has its own very nice little water access point here. Now, up until now, we've been on a side channel of the river. Now I see some main flow coming through from here down. All right, now this is 4. Again, excellent river access here. All of these are primitive sites. You don't get electric out here, you don't get water. The water is a bit way back at the entrance. But really nice spot on the river. I've been lying to you. The first site coming in here, this is 10, was at the entrance, then 9, 8, 7, 6, and then 5. So I don't know how I got that wrong, but I was on the wrong side of the posts. Okay, that was 5, 4 over here on the end. Let's see if it has any access or not. I don't think it does. So a nice isolated spot. I'm sure you'll hear frogs, but now the river is some distance away. You want to note that after heavy rains, some of these areas are a little harder to get through, a little muckier, but still very grassy, which makes it better than mud. Okay, and the last grouping here, this is 3. Nice big space. You can fit a lot of people here. The challenge here is there's not a lot of parking. This is 2, not along the river. There is water over there, but not really river access. And then 1 over here on the end. Now, if you're paddling the Sugar River, this is an option for a stop, especially those sites that are actually along the water as a campground, because like I said, parking is pretty limited here. This is the entrance area, and welcome sign over there with your pay station for that campground section. But this is all the parking there is. Don't park right in front of the sign. Don't park here. Don't park in front of the dumpster. Maybe you can fit a vehicle or 2 here, and there may be room for like 4 vehicles where mine is. Then over here we have the playground, that also with the path connecting to the main campground over there. But as you can see, there's no more parking here, and there's no other real parking lot that I've seen, and I'm at the end of the road now for this park. All right, here's some important information. Looking at the fee board and the instructions, you are paying per unit. Per unit means per tent. So if you decide you like to have your own tent separate from your kids, well, hey, your kids' tent costs the same as having your own, having another site. All right, going to the example here. You have 3 friends, 3 adults that are going to go camping together for 2 nights. They bring a total of 3 tents. Now, tent A is Christopher from Boone County. That is not a resident. Mark and Marissa are from Winnebago County. They are residents. So they're paying different rates. It's $25 a night for non-residents, $15 a night for residents. So you have this tent and this tent together, $30 a night, $25 for the non-resident. And it doesn't matter if you are taking up a separate site or sharing a site. It's paying per tent. And as the sign up here, for all camping units equals a tent, a motorhome, a trailer, etc. So this is where, if you want to save some money, get the big tent that has separate rooms in it, so your kids are in a separate room from you, but if you get an extra tent for the kids, it's going to cost you. Alright, for the main campground, when you enter, you come past the attendant building. It kind of indicates the attendant building is only open on the weekdays, or on weekends. On the weekdays, self-registration. pay, drop your money in here. Same rules apply with per unit. So whether you are a 40-foot fifth wheel or a pup tent, you're paying the same rate, except for what kind of site you're getting, because you're an additional $10 for electric. 62 and over are discounted, but you're still paying resident, non-resident fees, so that's all part of it. All right, now other amenities. We do have our shower house here, and well, it's men's, women's bathrooms with a pair of showers in the back of each section. There is an equestrian only parking area up front, so there are equestrian trails, and there is a separate day use section that I will visit after the campground tour. So they require online reservations 1 week ahead. So as we can see here, Site 70 we'll use as an example, it has a reserved site. If they are not reserved, then you can go over to the pay station and nab whatever you'd like, just knowing that in a week someone might come in if there's no marker on it. This campground does have a dump station. If you are camping here, it's included in the cost. For residents, for non-campers, it's $25, $35 for non-residents, and again, residents of Winnebago County. All right, I waited about an hour trying to wait for the park employees to finish mowing, and they haven't taken a lunch break. So I'm gonna have to do this with or without, and so I'm sorry about the noise level here, but no, on mowing days, they're gonna be mowing for several hours. So you may want to make sure that's the time you get out on the water. Anyway, let's get started on this campground tour of the main campground. Okay, on the grand scheme of things, we have a giant loop. Inside loop is 1 through 32. Outside loop, 1 through 131. Outside loop is 32 through 70. So I'm going to be doing them both at the same time. Hopefully it doesn't get too confusing. So I will start at 32 here on the end. That is a 50 amp service. That's important to know. Over here, 33. Some of these seem to have more than one picnic table per unit, or maybe they're not quite set yet. 34 over here is an accessible site because it is across from the restroom. Sorry if this seems a lot back and forth. This is a 50 amp site at 34. Also, site 1 is a 50 amp site. Got a bit of a gap here before the next one at 35. So past this tree, that's your site. Site 2 over here, a little shorter than the ones on the outside, but you have all that green space behind you. That is one of the reasons they take forever to mow. 36 over here, really long site backing up to the woods. Site 3 on this side, on the inside, all the room you could use, and then some, but power poles determining where you wind up. 37 over here, right against the trees, and all the space you want over there. 4 over here, seems a little more compact. Fire ring is straight back on that one. 38 is a squeeze to get between all the trees, move the table out to get to the power pole. 5 over here, whoever was here last left quite a divot in the grass there, getting out. 39, power poles hiding behind the tree back there. Plenty of room over to the side before the fire pit. Fire pit's in the woods there. 6 over here, big wide space. 40, way back, straight back. Very confined amongst the trees, but still plenty of room to put slides out or whatever. 7, 50 amp service, really wide site. Multiple vehicles can be in here, so multiple units can share this space with one power pole back there. 41 over here, straight back, nice site. These are all fairly level. Maybe a little whoop-de-doos here and there, but not too bad. We got water source here between 7 and 8 and across from 42. Nice back. The tree is your limiting factor over there. 8 over here goes way back. However much space you want. At this point, we're starting to get to the point where the other sites are starting to back up. But you have a little island of greenery over there. 43 over here. Lots of room to play there. 9, a little tighter with the fire ring there, but the power pole's way over. Now I got a bit of a gap here amongst these trees, so back over here to 10. Again, a really wide site. Plenty of width here to do whatever you want with. 44 goes way back. 11 here. Very small site. This one is more compact. It's very tight to 10. Still has power, but not as big. 45 over here goes quite a ways back, and that's the end of this section. And then we hit the pit toilet and a trail going off the back. At this point on the map, I am in the back corner of the map. It kind of pinches back here, then it widens back out into the big triangle. So I've got a dog not happy that I'm in the neighborhood, but you'll hear him. 46 back here, nice pine needle site. 47 tucked back in a corner over here. 48 also tucked back. We do have a garbage dumpster over here, which means at some point they're going to come and pick that up in the first thing in the morning. And that kind of puts us into the back corner. Now over here is 12 on the inside. So that's a corner site. And there does appear to be something in the middle that will limit your location. There's something sticking up. 13, we have some water here. They do have water about high levels of nitrate and possibly in the water. So that's 13. Power pole's way over there. Big wide site. 49 over here. Mower's getting loud on me. Not a very deep site. Power pole's in a weird place for this one. I think you want to be over here, but everything's on the wrong side. Barking dogs at 50. And that's a big wide site too. 14 over here on the inside. Not a very deep site because it's got the bushes there. You got something to say, right? 15, there's a whole nother world behind there that is great for tents. That's a beautiful site. 16, nice big site. 51 on the outside here, wide site. Nice trees next to it. Got this gap here of trees before we get to 17. This is a very wide section here. Fire pits beyond the picnic table there. 52 over here. Backing up to the woods. Lots of room there. 18 on the inside. Nice big wide site. Goes quite a ways back as far as you want. Let's see here. This is 53 here. Power pole's over there. 19's here. This one has a parking pad. Going back to that, so if you don't want to, you want to guarantee you're not going to sink in. 20's a 19. This is 19. Guarantee you're not going to sink in. 19's a good one for that, with plenty of grassy space to the side. 54 here, nicely treed in. 20 here, this is all grass, very narrow, but goes way back. Water access there. 55 here, going back between the table and the power pole. Freshly fallen tree. Currently 21 is unavailable, although it does a reservation, so they got to get this one cleared up pretty quick. 56 has some similar issues right now. but it will be cleared up soon, I'm sure. This one goes way back. That's a long one. Another paved pad is in 22, or at least a gravel pad, so that's a nice firm surface to be on. Easy shot back to the bathroom off the back of that along this tree line. We'll stay over here at 23. This one is a little more wooded, a little not as smooth as some of the past ones, but still not bad site. 57 over here, big and wide, do what you want with. This one has plenty of fresh sky coming in if that's important for, say, Starlink or whatever you need. 24 here, I don't know where its power pole is, unless it is this one on the corner. This might be the corner site. We'll check in a second. 58 over here, big and wide, going over to the pit toilet. So I guess 24, yeah, 24 is on this side. So there's nothing over there. This is 24 with the Super C. All right, continuing around the final stretch here. 59 on the outside. Power pole back there. 60. Power pole's over there, so I guess this is your space over here. 25 on the inside. Power pole way back over there. 61 in this space. 26 over here. Going back there, nice space. Oh, 62 on the outside, right there, going straight back in there. These are all nice big sites. 27, I guess, is here on this side of the tree. Your picnic table and fire ring are way in the back. 63 on the outside here, going back to the woods. 28 with a mower coming through now. Does not as deep. It actually has a parking pad. 64 on the outside. These guys are chasing me now. I don't know what's up. Power pole's way over there. 29 over here. Going way back. Well, not way back. You get the trees, it'll limit you on that one. 65 on the outside here. 30 on the inside. The inside ones seem a little shorter than the outside. Our access to the playground and the walk-in sites is through there. 31 looks like an accessible site next to the restroom. 66 over here looks like it squeezes in fairly tight to get to that power pole. 67 is on the other side of the bush, but his power pole is way over by the picnic table and fire ring for 66. Like I said, back here at the garbage cans, which may be something you want to avoid, we have a 50 amp site at 68. That's a paved or gravel pad at least. Coming up here, 69. So there's a little bit of a gap here. 69. And then 70 is the last site up here by the attendant building and closest to pick up some fresh firewood at $8 a bundle. So I think I mentioned reservations can be made up to a week before. After that, it's first come, first serve, paid on site, either cash or check. Make sure you have the proper amount. And firewood available on site for $8 a bundle. That's the only thing that doesn't have a different rate for residents. Also, quiet hours are from 10 p.m. till 8 a.m. That's a little later than most, I think, in the morning. I've gone over to the day use area, and first stop is this wonderful old shelter house, the Riverview Shelter House. This is reservable, and it's inhabited by bats. So beware of bat droppings. And it does have a fireplace, and there's really no reason not to be using these. They are designed to be used. They just don't get used very often. And the second shelter up on the hill there is Sand Bluff. Not as historic as the last one, but that brings you down towards the river here with a river access point to get in and out. So if you were to put in where I started the tour upstream, you could come down to here and get out. And to simplify that, I started at Station 3, we're now at Station 2, and there is a Station 1 way down there. And this can take you, it's almost 8 miles, and you can plan a 4 to 5 hour trip of paddling. So this is the short section, which is still almost 7 miles, or I guess it's 1.5 miles there, 6.5 miles for the lower section from here down to Station 1. Station 3 adds another 1.3 miles, and there's all this above it. Now what's weird about this map is I am here. I am not here. Okay, at 70 campsites in one campground, that's a video. It's not worth adding other ones into this. Now I am going to go and hit 2 more campgrounds in northern Winnebago County. One is in Rockton basically, and the other one is not far from here either. So I'm going to show you those in separate videos, so look out for those in upcoming videos. I'll see you on the next one. Get on out there and enjoy this beautiful river. All I hear about Sugar River is out by Broadhead, where it is a party zone coming through. This is part of the Sugar River that looks nice and quiet.